There were a number of concerns raised by shareholders regarding the possible acquisition by Dimension Data. What stood out the most for you, and how are you planning to address it?
Well, it's hard to really say. I think obviously everyone, I'm sure top of everyone's mind is they want to make sure that that whatever is put on the table by somebody is a fair price. But obviously today we're governed by regulations, which are in this case the Capital Markets Authority regulations. And at this point, as a director, as the Group MD, and really as a board, we're not in a position to give any kind of judgment about whether it is positive or negative.
For the first time in 3 years, you announced that you would give your shareholders a dividend, and you posted quite some good results as well. What changed, the company strategy or the market?
Well, I think the only year that we didn't make profits was actually in 2010. Last year, there were very high interest rates, and we thought it was in the best interest of the company not to pay a dividend and try and drive and try and reduce our debt to the people we borrow money from. But certainly the business made money last year as well. But obviously we're seeing the fruits of really, I would say, a lot of focus on the business.
And what does that say about the current competition within the data space?
I think the market is really becoming very defined now. There's really 2, 3, 4 players very much at the top of the business. It's us and Safaricom who really, we believe, we see them everywhere we go. They see us, and I think at the very top end of the market, that's where the fight is. There's obviously other players like KDN, but I think there's a little bit of kind of, if you like, some sanity coming into the market, that it's starting to be aligned with not a huge amount of players. You're not having the smaller guys. It's a lot more difficult for them to really come in and make any real impact.
Now, you're in corporate data, but the majority of Kenyans access the internet through their phones. What impact does that have on the general picture?
You know, actually, as AccessKenya, we see it very positively, because most people who join, if you like, the internet revolution, people who are first-time users, the simplest way to come into the market is through a mobile phone, through a smartphone, and we think that's great, because people start that way. They get in, they see the benefits of the internet, they see the huge amount of information you can do and the benefits of running a business or just communicating with your friends. So we think it's great for us and it's great for the industry, because what it does is it brings more people into the market, builds demand, and what happens is that as people become more discerning, we like to believe that they then move on to our network when they want something that's a little bit more guaranteed speeds, for example, or they want higher levels of customer service.